sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Michael Kendricks able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Second down now after the sack. To throw is Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Watson. And over the middle here, Amaro. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you've put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On second down, here's Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Wentz to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Here we go. They'll try the air now with Watson. And that is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He may try and run for this. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. second down. Here's Miller. A beautiful spin and room to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go. 1-9. Flex round.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Come on, let's go. 1-9.
To throw on second is Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And, boy, what a great defensive play there. Worn out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, turned into a big loss of yardage.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Flex round.
Out of the gun, Watson. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Frank's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Watson. Going deep this time for Miller. Push, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now, Wentz again. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Wentz now on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row.
It is intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Come on, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex Ohio.
Now it's Miller running right. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here we go.
Again, it's Miller. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the 1st down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a 1st down.
So we've reached, well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. A big play there for Philly. 55 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They run with Ajayi. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go.
Running this with a wide receiver, Fuller. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. On second down, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Come on, let's go.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Third and long, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 5. On play action, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now Wentz on third down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Wentz going to throw, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Now a play fake. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Staying on his feet. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Let's go. Flex round. Come on, let's run.
On 3rd down, Miller. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A good pickup there, a 22. Back now here on EA Sports. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Throwing now is Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Again, it's Wentz. eluding the pressure right. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Wentz. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Running left is Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Here we go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try the air now with Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Now Miller. He's had a big workload here tonight. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Texans will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Franks now to kick this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney Merciless in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. To throw is Wentz. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. He's got it, and it's 24-17. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
They begin with a run by Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. A big-time play there for the Texans. 44 yards on the ground. And now a first down following that long gain.
Come on, let's go. 190. 190.
Again, it's Foreman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Flex round. Flex round.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So the myth has been shattered. every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Frank's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 12 more yards there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That was good for 16, and the drive will continue. And this looks to probably be the final play. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. One final try now for Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Deion Bush with a pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game.